You're listening to Inside Real Estate, your source for all things mortgage and real estate related. The show that brings you all the hottest topics and insights directly from those who know it most. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Sit back, enjoy the show. What is up, everyone? Paul Apostolakis, Tom Lauer. We are Inside Real Estate. For those of you that have found us again, thank you for returning. For those of you that are finding us for the first time, thank you for listening. You can go to irepodcast.com to find us there. You can go to Facebook.com/IRE Podcast or any YouTube app. I'm sorry, not YouTube app. Any podcast app that you'd like to listen to us on. We're also on YouTube. Just to everybody know.
Also on YouTube.
Also on YouTube.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
What's up, Thomas? How are you, man?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good, man. So
we got Jamie Proper with us too.
We brought Jamie Proper in because she's just smart, and we just figured she could talk to the group today.
If she's gonna talk, she'll need a microphone.
Yeah,
though.
we're gonna set her all up here.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, good. There we go.
There we go. So you're on. So today it's interesting. I wanted to talk about: are we starting to see the real estate meltdown happening in front of us?
No, not at all.
Well, I'm reading headlines, and all the headlines are saying that.
So I'm very confident in my answer because I spent some time on the MLS this morning.
Okay.
And I think the headlines you read are people anticipating things. They're national stats. But when you look at our MLS and specifically Macomb and Oakland counties, we still have a very, very tight supply of homes.
Yep.
Housing prices are still going up.
Yep.
Days on market are still dropping.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, maybe people are freaked out, but when you look at the stats, it's not really showing. I mean, the number of homes for sale is down. Right. Correct.
It's actually going down. That's so the inventory, although we saw a spike as rates were coming up, we're kind of seeing inventory going down.
Yeah, I mean, I sent, I've got some stats maybe we can look at later that I emailed over, but they're kind of telling, and they're telling me anyway that, wow, there were 4 times as many homes for sale 10 years ago than there are now. Right. So I'm not too concerned. I think maybe we're in a market that's changing. Jamie's in deals every day.
Right.
I'm in deals every day.
What do you see?
I agree with you. I think that I know that homes that are priced correctly are still selling quickly and getting over asking price. So it just comes down to pricing at the end of the day.
Right, but people are not pricing their homes correctly is what you're saying.
Yes, that's also what I'm saying. I spent the last hour of my morning going down our company's listings, talking about getting price reductions with our agents.
Right. Is that because obviously the inventory is just not moving as quickly as you're used to?
Well, we're pricing houses as if it was 4 months ago. So people are still buying. Yeah. Is this better? Yeah. All right. So people are still, I was trying to move it. I just don't really know how to move it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jamie.
There we go. Is that better?
Yep.
All right, cool. So people are still moving. People are still buying. But obviously rates have gone up. Things have changed. Agents are still pricing homes as if we're at the beginning of the summer. So the market's just telling us the values aren't the same. People aren't giving $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 over asking price.
It's just not happening right now.
No.
Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, but isn't that like the start of something?
I think it could be the start of something. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess I spent an hour this morning just looking at market stats, right? And after looking at all the market stats, days on market, price per square foot, Oakland County, Macomb County, the full MLS, just digging into it, the conclusion I came to is, damn, it's a great time to sell your house.
It's a good time to sell your house.
It's a great time to sell your house.
Even with the price adjustments going down like that?
Yes. Yeah, price it right. And still, it takes, I think it was like 18 showings right now to get your home pending. Okay. Right? So you got to make your bed 18 times before you got someone writing an offer. When you look at where that is historically, that's still pretty darn low. Prices are still selling for over asking, right? It's a little confusing because when they do that stat, it's the last list price. So you might have had some adjustments.
So you might have been at 200,000, repriced to 180,
right? And then
you got 185.
Correct, and that's what. But it's still showing that we are over asking price. We're still at like 101.5% of asking price.
Got it.
So inventory's tight. Demand is still strong. There's still a lot.
Demand strong, or is it waning?
Yeah, no, it's still. I mean,
because I'm not getting as many pre-approvals coming through my.
True.
Right. I don't have as many buyers as I had a year ago.
No, but you got to remember that not all real estate transactions are mortgage transactions.
Sure.
Right. There's still a lot of cash transactions out there. So I think it could be the beginning of something, but it's not like the sky is falling by any means. It's still a strong seller's market, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's a strong seller's market.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, James?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, the demand has to be there, right? The only way that someone would ever offer over what someone's asking is if there's more demand than there is supply.
Has that gone down though? Has the actual percentage over ask gone down?
Yes.
No, tiny bit, like maybe 0.5% or like 0.7. Really? Yeah.
How are these stats a little laggard?
They could be. I mean, they're last month's stats,
right?
So we're going back a month, and I don't know. I did send an email with a breakdown of those stats. If we want to pull them up later,
we can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'll pull them up here in a minute. But I mean, I'm just looking at headlines like housing inventory growth really slowing down. We've got more like Wells Fargo leaving the correspondent channel. You've got Loan Depot posting a $223 million loss in Q2.
Sure. But the mortgage market, look, the mortgage market is not the real estate market.
Right. Because if
you know what I mean?
UWM posted a profit.
Yeah.
And they're pretty purchase focused.
Right.
So I'm looking for indicators, I guess, personally, of where we are today and where we're going. And I'm just a little confused.
I mean, borrowing money is more expensive and seems to be a little harder. But I mean, home sales and home prices are still strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a drop in the amount of homes sold, right? That's going down. Right. Homes sold is dropping, but prices are still going up.
Prices are still going up.
Correct.
We're still seeing
days on market is still going down.
It is.
Yes.
I would think that they would go up.
You would think. That's not what the data actually shows.
Interesting. What are you guys seeing in Real Team as a whole? Are you guys seeing a slowdown?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah, we're seeing a slowdown because less homes are being sold. We just said that, right?
Right.
So we're seeing a slowdown in the amount of transactions that are happening.
Yes, but we're still, if you look at year to date, just from a revenue perspective, which maybe transactions are down and prices are just higher, but still from like a revenue perspective, we're still 5% ahead of last year.
Wow.
So the first time I've ever seen like a month versus month drop or comparison is just this month. It's the first time that like our pending sales are less than they were the previous month.
That's crazy.
In the year.
My computer's going to die.
Oh, that's not good.
I got to go get a charger in the middle of the show. You guys talk.
That's okay.
Okay, we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys talk.
We always talk.
Yeah, we do.
This is fun.
So you mentioned when you said that borrowing money is harder. What does that mean?
I believe that, well, one, rates are up, so that means your debt to income ratio is just going to automatically go higher because of the higher rate.
Right.
So, on top of the fact that people are adding debt because of inflation, so the DTI is an issue. There was a recent article that qualifying for a mortgage is the hardest that it's been in like decades.
Because of inflation.
I think lenders are getting tighter as well.
That was my question. Are mortgage companies becoming more strict on who can qualify, I guess is the best way to put it?
No, the qualifications are the same.
The The Fannie and Freddie stuff are pretty much the same because that's just kind of like an algorithm. And we don't know what those algorithms look like on the inside.
They do tighten them and loosen them.
They do tighten and loosen them.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like qualifying mortgage is going to get harder. At the same time, there's going to be different mortgage products out there that are outside of like the regular conventional route that people can go, but it's just going to be, now you're looking at 7-8% to qualify for that.
Wouldn't you say that like Fannie and Freddie would loosen up their guidelines a little bit to gain more traction and gain more clients
at the expense of default when people are anticipating a recession? Probably not, right? Because they don't want to see defaults.
Defaults would be bad for the market.
Defaults would be bad for the market.
Defaults would be really bad for the market. Yeah, I mean, I personally am feeling that something's happening. I just don't know where it's going to take us, but we're definitely seeing a massive adjustment that kind of happened overnight, right? And then, so how are the consumers, Jamie, kind of feeling about this stuff? I mean, when you call a consumer or a seller up and you're telling them that you've got to drop their price, are they understanding of that right now?
I think it's all about the expectations on the front end, right? We talk about it all the time. So you have to set the expectations with your seller on the front end. Listen, we're going to price it here with the expectation that if we don't have an offer in 7 days, the only reason a house doesn't sell, the only reason is price 100% of the time, right? So if we can set those expectations on the front end, those conversations are a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
But just the pricing conversations in general at the listing table, I think that there probably are quite a few objections right now because people are looking at their neighbor's house that sold for 20% more in June, right? And they're like, well, what the hell? Like, I want to sell my house, but I want to sell it for what they sold it for. So explaining the shift and the unknown, right? So, I mean, it's tough to sit at a table with someone and be like, yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen, right? Because they're counting on us to be the professional. So, I mean, all we can do is be as honest as possible.
Yeah, and by the way, when you do sell your house, assuming you need a new mortgage, you're trading in a 3% rate for a 6% rate.
Right. But people are always going to have to move. That's what we say all the time, right? Like, real estate, there's always going to be transactions because people always have to move.
They do.
The people that are on the fence or are kind of just, feeling out the market, or they're probably not so interested right now because they have no idea what's going to happen. But people are always going to have to move.
Right. Absolutely. Right. I noticed that Real Team is really quick at doing price adjustments. You guys do we do a really good job of getting price adjustments out there pretty quickly. Is that by design, obviously? Because you said 7 days.
Yeah.
Right. My house doesn't sell in 7 days. I'm doing a price adjustment right away. Is that the strategy?
It is. Yep.
Tell me the mentality about behind that. Because as a seller, I might be like, well, it's only been 7 days. Right. Like why would I freak out right now? Yeah.
So, I mean, it's easy. Days on market are your enemy, right? So put yourself in a buyer's shoes, Paul, right? So if you go look at a house that's been sitting, let's pretend that we don't adjust the price today, right? And then it's sitting on the market next week. So now the house has been on the market for 2 weeks and it's listed at $300,000. What kind of offer do you think you're going to make?
$280,000.
Why?
Because it's stale.
Yeah. Okay. So let's pretend that we adjust the price today to $285,000. And you come look at it this weekend and you see 5 other people at the door waiting to get in.
It kind of changes the whole perspective.
What are you going to do?
Right?
What kind of offer are you going to make?
I'll probably feel like I have to go over.
Why?
Because there's activity.
Exactly. And that's all we want to do.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like other brokerages have that same mentality, or is this just kind of because I haven't seen you guys we put out our price drops every week, and we push them out there because we want people to see that. Other places might shy away from that.
Yeah. So do I think that other brokerages do that? I think that they do it. I don't think that they do it at as high of a level as we do. We have a very big focus around it because we know how important it is.
Right. That's interesting because it's almost counterintuitive to other places because we're putting it out there. We're doing price adjustments. I forward out our price adjustments and people sometimes they say, Tom, they're like, oh my God, the market's falling apart, blah, blah, blah. Because they're kind of like, okay, why do you have all these price adjustments?
No, we're different than a lot of other agents that literally list it and then try to manage expectations until it sells. but we're actually taking a proactive role.
Right.
Let them know the expectations up front, because that's what a lot of our agents are just trained to say that. Like, sure, Mr. Seller, I'll sell it at your price. But after 7 days, if we don't have action and we don't have an offer, I'm calling you to reduce the price.
Right.
So, but that's a big part of our game, I would think.
I agree.
We keep track of different things, right? Like, we care about listing appointments. We care about pending transactions. One of the other things that we care about are price adjustments. We track that. It's a number we push. Is how many price adjustments can you get? She's the queen, right? She gets more than anyone. But it's just in our culture to adjust the price down, because we all do believe that there's not a bad house. There's only bad prices.
That's fair. That is fair, because you're reaching different buckets of people in every price bucket, right?
That's right. And if your house isn't selling, it's just the price.
Got it. So now, like, we're seeing a lot of mortgage turmoil in the mortgage market. A lot of companies in the mortgage market are losing lots of money. Wells Fargo's leaving the correspondent channel. So on the mortgage side of the world, obviously the refinances have a lot to do with that, but I do think purchases are down as well year over year. Are you seeing some attrition in the real estate market, in the real estate brokerage market? Other brokerages losing real estate agents, or a lot of people moving around or leaving the industry? Have we seen that yet, or are we not seeing that yet?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen that a lot. I haven't seen like a lot of headlines. As the market started to shift a little bit, we've actually been bringing over some experienced agents to our team that were on other brokerages. Yeah. I don't know if it's just coincidence or if that has something to do with the shift. People actually want more services from their broker now. Yeah. I don't know if that's the case. But because Real Team, just so everybody knows, is a high service brokerage. Correct. We give our agents a lot of tools and resources to be successful. Yes. Like, it would take too long to list it right now, but we provide a lot. Whereas a lot of other brokerages, they'll provide arguably a higher split and much fewer services. Right. We're on the other end of that spectrum. But I love the book Shift. I think it's very relevant. I'm listening to it again for my 6th time. And like I've said on this show many times before, everything's a cycle. The shift is also a cycle. And there will be literally tens of thousands of agents getting out of this market. Yeah. Agents are very fair weather. If they're not making a ton of money and doing it fast, they fall away. They're gone. They go do something else.
But we haven't seen a lot of that right now.
I don't think we've seen a lot of the agents get out yet.
I don't think we've seen it out
personally.
I've seen agents out there making moves. I've seen agents making moves from teams that I never thought were going to make moves from teams.
Oh, right. Really?
And like Tom said, we're capturing more agents. So, I mean, it's good for us, right? Because as long as we continue providing a high level of service and make sure that our agents are making money, they're going to stay here. Mm-hmm. And I mean, now's our chance to capture the agents and show the agents out there what we can offer them, right? Because people are not making what they were making last year. So they're looking around, they're like, well, what the hell do I do? Like, it was arguably easy to be a real estate agent last year, right? Yeah. Like, people wanted to move. You could have 0 experience and people are like, yeah, I'll work with you. Now you have to fight for a listing, or you have to fight for a buyer, right?
Right.
So people are which, like you said, I haven't seen people leaving the industry yet, but they're moving around. They're looking for help.
For sure. Yeah. That'll continue.
That's interesting.
We're bloated right now. It's way too many loan officers and real estate agents in the area, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, especially way too many. We've got a lot here. I mean, Michigan's kind of a weird market, especially on the mortgage side, because we get so many mortgage professionals.
Right.
I mean, it's funny, the 100% brokers that give you 100% commission but give you very little support in today's market doesn't work as well, does it?
Absolutely not. It's scary out there right now. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It's gotten harder. So not providing a lot of support from your brokerage it doesn't bode well in this market, I don't think.
I mean, it works for some people. Don't get me wrong. There's, some people that's model works for them and they have the experience and they don't want or need support or the economy. That's fine. But for the large majority, probably 85 to 90%, agents need that if they're going to make it a career.
Yeah. Yeah. And even more than the money and the leads and the marketing and that stuff. It's the coaching. It's the day-to-day accountability that anybody's going to need to get through a tough time, right? Because when things get tough, we have a tendency to just kind of like constrict and get inside of ourselves, right? And not do as much.
Yeah.
But I think that's where Real Team will shine, is just the high level of accountability that we have to each other. And all agents are on a coaching plan. So
yeah, it's just an interesting shift because there's a lot of different ways to be in real estate there's a lot of different models. Excuse me. It's interesting to see now that in my mind that services and support are going to have a higher priority for real estate agents in a new market.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Tom, how do you feel about Loan Depot losing $226 million?
Wow, that's a lot of money
in a quarter.
That's a lot of money.
They lost like $30 million the quarter before that.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. If Loan Depot exits the loan origination space, wouldn't that'd be a pretty big company losing, being out of the market?
Yeah, I think so. What rank were they? Do you know where
Loan
they were
Depot,
at?
I think they're top 10.
Oh yeah, they're definitely top 10.
Yeah.
This camera for you, Paul.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, they're top 10. I mean, Loan Depot was top 10 in the country for many years. You've got Loan Depot, and then you've got Wells Fargo exiting the correspondent space, which is interesting. Oh, there you go. There you go, buddy. We always have little technical difficulties. We'll get a show, right?
Not always. We don't always have technical difficulties.
Not always.
But sometimes we do.
Sometimes we do.
And those times that we do, we're just happy to have Jamie Proper here with us.
Jamie, yeah.
Because like nobody really understands technology the way that she does.
Yeah,
she's
I'm very tech savvy.
If you need her to build an algorithm or a spreadsheet,
I'm your girl.
She's all over it.
I don't think that's true.
Literally the furthest thing from the truth.
I don't think that's true at all.
Today I was
What are you good at, Jamie?
Nothing. Today I was literally trying to sort a spreadsheet to find a phone number, and I had to ask Tom for help.
Sorting a spreadsheet?
Yeah, like literally, I was like, I get so frustrated. It's so frustrating to me. If I could just never look at a computer or do anything and I could just talk to people all day, that would be the best thing in the entire world.
That's not feasible, though.
It could be one day, maybe.
You think we're going to regress back to where we just everything?
God, I hope so.
I think one day I might be able to talk Tom into handling all of the computer side of things for me, and I can just talk to people.
It's not that. Tom doesn't want to do it either. You think Tom wants to do it? Nobody wants to do that.
No.
Shit.
So good at it.
That's a good question, though, Paul. Jamie, what else are you good at?
Yeah. What are you
good at?
No. I'm going to be a mom. I love being a mom. That's like my favorite thing. That's not what the show's about, though.
That's okay.
It's all right.
The show's about whatever we talk about.
Yeah,
That's
it doesn't
true.
matter. Nobody's listening.
You don't think anyone's listening right now?
I think Dave is in the other room.
Yeah.
Shout
out to
commenting on there?
I think Dave. When I walked out there to get the charger, he was
He was watching
he was
it.
watching it.
He loves it. Totally sad. We should have invited him in.
What are you good at? Why have you been so successful in real estate?
I think I'm good at reading people
Okay.
and reading situations. Dave loves us.
The one and only.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely the thing that I'm best at is I'm good at reading people and I'm good at reading situations and I'm good at taking a step back and just seeing the big picture. I think a lot of times in this business, we get so emotional with our clients, and that's the furthest thing from what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And that's what most agents are doing. They get very emotional with our clients because there's a lot of emotions when it comes to moving. So there's the emotions of like buying and actually like moving. And then there's the emotions of how much your clients are spending and what they're walking away with. And then we can just call a spade a spade. There's the emotion of you don't fucking get paid until it closes.
True.
Right? So
True.
It's easy for agents to be emotional.
Yeah.
And you've learned how to like navigate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm a very emotional person in general, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to business, I've learned to be able to turn that off.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Your
That doesn't mean
emotions.
that I don't have, I mean, I had empathy, but I don't let myself get emotional about transactions.
Yeah. There's
You
it's
can't.
Just, you can't. I think that's what I've learned too in all my years is if something goes wrong, not freaking out and making it like such a big deal.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. So Jamie's good at reading people. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you reading in the room right now?
I don't know.
Jamie made fun of me today for wearing black.
I did.
Okay.
Well, so let's be
Have
clear.
you never seen Paul? He always wears black.
So we talked about it at lunch the other day that he wears black literally every day. And then Paul came into the office an hour and a half late today. And I said, oh, you couldn't find you didn't know what black t-shirt and black pair of pants to wear today. That's how the conversation went.
That's pretty good. I like
That
that.
was good.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would love to see your closet. Like, is it literally just like a line of black shirts and a line
It's
of
a lot of
black
black.
pants?
It's a lot of black and gray.
I've never seen you wear a color, a pastel. What would you wear at Easter?
Never. Why would I wear a pastel?
I don't know. They look good.
No, I in like a salmon shirt.
Yeah,
I would
maybe.
look ridiculous in a salmon shirt.
My middle kid, Luke, actually doesn't know Paul's name. He just calls him the Man in Black.
Ooh, I like
He's
that.
called me that since he was a baby.
Yeah, that's right.
It
Yeah,
makes you
that's
sound
right.
way cooler than you are.
The Man in Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way cooler.
Yeah. 100%.
Way cooler. Yeah,
Yeah.
he thinks I'm cool maybe. But you know why I do it?
Is it slimming?
No.
I don't know why you do it. I have no idea.
Because it's easy. Once you once I have something, like once I have a t-shirt that I like to wear, I'll buy like 5 of them.
And you just wear it every day.
And I just wear them. Yeah, because then I don't have to think about what I'm
I do
wearing.
the same thing, but I just switch the colors up. I have like 12 of the exact same shirts, but they're
Like
just
different colors. See, I just go all one color.
Yeah, I get it. That makes it even easier, I guess.
Yeah, because then I
You
don't
never have to worry about matching.
No, because it's all black.
And you never have to say, hey, babe, how does this look?
No,
You know how it looks.
right. So it's just way more efficient. I think everybody should have a uniform.
I don't hate it.
Right? Like you wake up in the morning and I just pick out a black outfit.
Tom, if you had a uniform, what would it be?
He does.
Probably a Real Team shirt, Real Team t-shirt, because those are super soft.
Yeah.
And then I mean, it depends. Is it summer or is it winter?
It doesn't matter. Paul wears that literally every season, every day.
Yeah.
No, I got long sleeve t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
For the
sorry.
winter.
Okay.
I have long sleeve t-shirts and sweaters that are black.
Let's pretend it's always spring.
I mean, there's a long sleeve hoodie that I got from Amazon. I literally have 15 of them.
Ooh.
They're
I
all
have some
just-
in my house,
They're all
actually.
just different colors.
Yeah.
But they're comfortable. And
In a pair of jeans? Are you wearing jeans?
a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, or shorts, whatever.
Got it.
Oh, we're turning into a fashion show. I love this.
We
Right?
are.
So we're just so versatile.
We really are.
Yeah. So Jamie, what else is going on in your life? I'm actually more interested in talking about Jamie than anything.
Cool. I love talking about myself. What do you want to know?
How many people are you coaching right now?
How many people am I coaching right now? I'm coaching 10 people on a consistent schedule every week. And then I have 10 coaching calls with our other agents a week.
So the 10 coaching calls that you call those consistent ones.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? How much interaction do you have with them?
So it depends on the person. I have one agent that I talk to every single morning at 8:30 in the morning, and it's a 5-minute phone call. I just hold her very accountable and make sure she hit her action items from the day before. And then I have some agents that I talk to once a week, and then I check in with them throughout the week just to make sure they're on track.
Nice.
So it depends.
How do you measure whether or not you're doing a good job for them or not?
How do I measure if I'm doing a good job for
Or
them?
how do you know? Maybe not measure, but how do you know if like you're being effective?
I think it's mainly their mindset, to be honest with you, like what our conversations feel and look like. So I think a lot of times when I start coaching someone, they naturally want to shy away from it because nobody wants to
Be held
be
accountable.
held accountable.
Yeah.
Right.
And nobody wants people to see their flaws, including myself.
Right.
Nobody wants that, right? So I think that people naturally shy away from it. I think that the biggest thing that I do is help build their confidence, and once they become more confident, obviously the numbers follow. But all of our conversations just are around confidence and mindset and how to communicate with people. And when they can start communicating with people, then the business follows.
So what does your accountability look like for? I mean, I'm sure it's different for each person, but give me an example.
Of like what it looks like if someone doesn't do something.
No, like
or...
when like in your talk, you'll be like, all right, like you said, action item. I'm assuming you give them like some type of a task or something to be accountable for until your next call.
Correct.
And then you just ask about it.
Well, that I'll wait till the next call. So the 10 people that I coach consistently, they hear from me every single day. So we have one like actual coaching call a week. And then I text them every single day and make sure they're doing what they promised me that they were going to be doing.
Got it. What are some of those action items?
So for the newer people, it's all revolving around conversation. So we at Real Team, we measure like time on Mojo and notes of people you're talking to. I don't focus on that. I just focus on conversations. So for the newer people who are like, I have no idea where to start. Well, you're going to talk to 20 people a day about real estate. I don't care how long it takes you. If it takes you an hour and you want to be done, then that's fine. And I don't care where you find them, but I want you talking to 20 people every single day about real estate.
20 people. That's the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much one of those givens, right?
Yeah.
You know,
if
in
you
real
talk
estate.
to 20 people a day about real estate, if you have 20 conversations, it's almost impossible to fail.
Really?
I believe that with my whole heart.
That's interesting. Yeah. And do you find that the agents are doing that?
The ones that I'm coaching, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
How do you keep them engaged to doing that? Because I'm guessing that's a lot of failure over and over and over. Or maybe I'm wrong. There is
yeah. failure, right? But I think a lot of times when people are being coached at other companies or they're having their leaders hold them accountable, that the conversations are, well, what did you do? Why didn't you do it? Why did you fail? And everyone's afraid to like say that it sucks. And I'm just very open with our agents. Like, I know that some days it fucking sucks. Like, I know that you get your teeth kicked in. I know that people are assholes, obviously, depending on who you're talking to. But if you can just level with them and tell them, listen, dude, I know it sucks, but I promise if you do this every day for a year, your life's going to look completely different. And you're not going to have to do it forever. I think if we can get it through our agents' heads that we're not asking you to do this for the next 30 years. I'm asking you to do this to build your business, and then people are going to start calling you.
Right. You know, what's interesting is you offer all that as part of being part of Real Team, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to pay any extra for that or anything?
Nope.
So coaching by Jamie's free at Real Team?
Coaching by Jamie is free.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right.
I didn't know. We have a lot of coaches.
I wouldn't say it's free. It's included.
Yeah, it's included. I'm getting paid for it, but the agents are not paying for it.
You are getting paid for it.
I am getting paid for it.
Jamie is getting paid for it. And she does it at a high level. We're happy to pay her for that.
For sure.
She's a huge difference maker in a lot of the humans in our company.
That's awesome.
Like the different, you know, we always talk about why do people stay here? Because we have a pretty good track record with agents staying here. Like the typical agent doesn't stay at a brokerage as long as they stay at Real Team.
I would agree.
And she's a big reason for that. Right? Is that mindset that she's able to put them in just by being herself and being real.
She's an asshole.
Yeah, she's a tendency to hold you accountable at a time where you just didn't want to be held accountable. And that comes off wrong sometimes.
I would agree with that.
Someone's crying.
That happened. Yeah.
Tears don't matter.
No, they don't matter.
They don't matter.
No.
All right.
Well, the other day, one of my favorite agents, Chris Leggett, he's one of my favorite agents at Real Team. I just love him. I think that he's great. He's doing great. He's in his first year, and he's just fucking awesome. He does great, but I hold him extremely accountable. He hears from me every single day.
Is he the 8 o'clock call?
No, he's not. That's Ashley. But I hold him more accountable than anyone in the company just because I see his potential. I know how great he's going to be.
Yeah.
And he walked in the office the other day and his head was just down. He was not having a good morning. I don't know why he wasn't having a good morning, but he was having a good morning and I could tell. And I was like, well, I could go give him a hug. That's what I should do.
Yeah, but no.
But I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? It's 8:45. And everyone looks at him. But I think it brought him out. It's fine. He's had a listing appointment after that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think the guy's ever not showed up in a suit and a tie.
No.
Just,
I don't
he's
think
a
so.
guy
That's
like that. Yeah.
One time he showed up to an inspection in a Real Team t-shirt, and it was Chandler's inspection, and Chandler like pulled up and gave him shit for it. He didn't really care, but he just gave him shit for it. He's like, whoa, I didn't know who you were. I thought you were the inspector.
Oh, no.
He's never wore a t-shirt since. Yeah.
I used to wear a suit every day.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to wear a suit every day. I'm not doing that anymore. I think suits are out. I'm out on suits.
Yeah.
All black.
You just look like you're going
all black all the time.
All black all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
All the time.
That's our show. That's it.
We're already done?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I don't know. Not really. I just feel like it was a quick one.
It was a little.
What time is
quicker.
it?
It's 10:43.
Wow, that's time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
all right.
time.
Well, thanks for letting me hang out.
Yeah, it was awesome. Should we do three random questions for Jamie?
Yeah,
We should, right?
Mm-hmm.
Question number 1. If you could change anything about your past, what would it be?
Whoa, that's deep.
Do we want the real answer here?
Yeah.
All right. If I could change anything about my past, when I was 21 years old,
Yeah.
I got caught 3 times in 10 months for drinking and driving.
3 times in 10 months?
Mm-hmm. So before I turned 22, I had 3 DUIs. I know.
Oh my God, Jamie, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would change that.
That was life altering.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because the third one is what, a felony?
But I think that was good for us. that was good for Real Team because we took this little broken spirit here.
Yeah.
And she couldn't go anywhere because she needed a ride. She could never leave.
It was an uphill battle getting my driver's license back. It was a lot. It added a lot on my life. And I'd probably have a lot more money. It was a very expensive mistake.
Yeah.
Right. And now she's such like a responsible mom, and it's so funny how people can just change like that.
Things change. So people with 3 DUIs, you got it out.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Figure yourself out.
I've got a DUI. I went to jury trial for one of my DUIs.
Yeah.
Jury trial?
Jury trial.
Why?
Yeah, I went in front of a jury.
Why?
Because I fought it. I fought my DUI and I won.
You won.
I won. Yeah, I fought the law.
I should have fought one of
So
my
then
DUIs.
you don't have a DUI.
I have
Because you were innocent.
That was my second one.
Oh, yeah.
So I do have one on my record.
Tom,
Got it.
do you have a DUI?
Yep, sure do. It's a great story. I can tell for a different time, but back in 2000, so 22 years ago.
Yeah. It's
Drinking and driving's not cool.
No,
I mean,
it's
but
not.
when you're young, you're not a real good decision maker.
You don't fucking
When
think.
you're young, you don't think, and
You especially.
No, I did not think at all.
yeah.
Jesus.
Zero thoughts going on.
But we
Was it
didn't
the same
have
cop?
Uber back then either.
No.
There was no Uber
No, there was no Uber back then.
available when I got my drunk driving.
I lived in Davison, so there's definitely
still no
not.
Uber.
There's no Ubers
There's
in
no
Davison.
Uber in Davison.
I would guarantee there's no Ubers. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I don't know. Yeah. If it was 2022 and I was 21 years old in Davison, I'd probably still get 3 DUIs because couldn't do anything. I think there might be some taxis rolling
3
around.
DUIs, girl. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So next question then, Jamie.
Okay.
Since we went so far that way,
Yeah.
what are you most proud about yourself for?
There you go.
What am I most proud about myself for?
Yeah, what do you find the most pride in besides Link?
Okay, but that's so easy.
I know. That's why
All
he's off
right,
the
this is
table.
going to be really cheesy, and I'm not saying this because I'm sitting in a real team office right now, but probably my commitment to this company.
Yeah.
And that's because I've never been committed to anything in my life.
Commitment issues.
Always.
Got it.
Like in relationships and jobs and careers and people, I've never been committed to anything in my life. And I've stayed committed. And sometimes it's fucking hard.
I've seen it.
Sometimes it'd be really fucking easy to just, I don't know.
You're
do something
so
else.
into the moral fiber of who we are, though.
Yeah.
We are not us without you.
There you
And
go.
I am not you without.
Us.
That's awesome.
All right. That's all I asked.
last
They're
one.
not so serious questions.
Next question. Okay. Let's see here.
Not so serious, though, Paul.
When you put your shoes on, do you put both shoes on, then tie your shoes, or do you go sock, shoe, tie, and then sock, shoe, tie?
Jamie hasn't owned a pair of shoes with laces for the past.
That's true. I don't know how to tie my shoes. So this is embarrassing. That's a good question. So when I put them on, I would go shoe, tie, both. But when I put Lincoln shoes on, I go sock, shoe, tie, sock, shoe, tie. I do it different.
Wow, how weird is that feeling to have a tied up shoe with the other one barefoot?
I'll have to ask her
poor
about
kid.
it. I have no idea.
Totally
Poor kid.
formed on one side. See, for me, like if there's a fire or something, like you're in trouble.
I agree. I'll fire right at the moment you have one shoe on. Oh fuck!
So I go sock, shoe, tie.
You would rather run outside in 2 socks than one barefoot and 1 shoe.
Yeah, because I feel like that's gonna throw off. Yeah, I would much rather be running barefoot than
Okay.
one floppy shoe on.
Fair. I like that question. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
All right. Well, we're done.
We're
Thanks,
done.
guys.
Everybody that's listening, thank you for listening. Please come back again. Go to irepodcast.com. Go to Facebook /IRE podcast or YouTube or anywhere else you want to listen to us. Thank you and have a wonderful day. See you next week.
You've been listening to Inside Real Estate, the nation's top real estate podcast. Don't forget to follow us at irepodcast.com and everywhere where podcasts are available.